Freeman Hi, my name is Wendell Freeman. At the beginning of 2015, I was diagnosed with diabetes. Now, the funny thing is that I had most of the symptoms for most of 2014. It wasn't until 2015 that I started doing crazy things like I would just fall asleep in the middle of conversations. My body was always tingling, uh, especially on my fingertips and my toes, and I always felt these weird pains at the bottom left part of my stomach. Whenever I would eat a big meal, I thought I just had itis because I would just fall straight to sleep after I would get done eating. But come to find out, I get really sleepy when my blood sugar's high. And the reason why I'm shooting this video series is because, not only am I online personality that makes videos for a living, and I write blog posts and I market online for a living, but one of the most interesting things happened when I first got diagnosed with diabetes. Here I was working a job to supplement my business income. All right. And while I was at that job, I got diagnosed with diabetes during our winter break because I worked at a factory and we get about 2 weeks off around Christmas. All right. So when I got admitted into the hospital, I stayed in the hospital for about 4 days. And now while I was in there, I was so worried about bills that I had to pay. I was worried about things that I wanted to do before I had to go back to work, that I kind of rushed the doctors to discharging me from the hospital. That was the first mistake that I made. Now, when I got out the hospital, I stayed at home for about a week and a half. I was on FMLA with my job. And, I got pressured. I do admit I got pressured into coming back to work. And that's cool because I actually enjoyed my job because it was real laid back. So, what happened next actually shocked me because 2 days into the job, in fact, let me go ahead and test my sugar right now because I've been experiencing some of the symptoms of low blood sugar. I think my sugar may be low right now because I broke out in sweats about 5 minutes before making this video. I'm talking about complete body sweat, and I'm down in my basement, so it's a lot colder down here. So, the sweat hit me and then it kind of stuck to my skin, and now I'm kind of cold. So I figured maybe my blood sugar is low, and that's really one of the things that you start to pick up on. Maybe you've had diabetes for a longer time than I have, but I've only known about it for about 3 months now, and it's amazing because I'm starting to pick up on these symptoms to um, really better learn how to take care of myself. Okay, so one of the things that I do recommend is that you get these alcohol prep pads. It's like a little quick pad that you can just carry with you. You can just snap it out, whip it out, kind of like a condom, just rip it apart, dry your hand. I know most people blow to dry out the alcohol, but when I first got diagnosed, I was told not to blow because you have a lot of germs in your mouth. And, that's really one of the frustrations with diabetes because everybody has their own little thing that they want you to follow, it seems like. One doctor says one thing, another doctor says another thing. It's really confusing. And that's what happened to me. I rushed myself after I got out the hospital to go back to work. I was pressured, and I actually asked my doctor to write me a note saying that I was okay to go back to work without him really doing a full evaluation. That was the second mistake that I made. And I'm sharing this stuff with you guys in case this is a brand new thing that you're going through. I would hate for it to catch you by surprise like it caught me, especially if you work in some type of manual labor field where you work with your hands a lot and you're used to getting cut, because to my understanding, people with diabetes is really not a good thing for them to be getting cuts and whatnot, because people with diabetes are at a higher chance to get their extremities cut off. And that's really why I made this video today. Not only did I want to just gossip about my life and tell you my problems, I also wanted to share something I learned about cayenne pepper. To my understanding, people with diabetes have, well, some people with diabetes can have a lower blood circulation. In my case, I know that's my situation because my hands are always tingling. And there's this, I guess, another classification of diabetes called neuropathy. And I've been doing some research and I found out that cayenne pepper actually improves blood circulation. So, I've been just doing some natural things and I've been doing some research and taking this cayenne pepper. I got it from a Myers. It comes in a bottle like that. It's cayenne pepper. It's about 40,000 HU. I guess that's their measurement for measuring cayenne pepper. Now, I just checked my blood sugar and it's at about 66. If you can see that, that's actually pretty low. My doctor told me that my target was between 70 and 120, and I'm at 66. So it's probably about time for me to eat some food. But one thing that I want to talk about with you guys before I end today's first video, this is actually the first video in this series where I'm sharing my experience with diabetes. The reason why I'm sharing this is because, I don't know if there's anybody else like this in the world, but I feel like I don't have anybody to talk to. I feel like I'm alone. My sister has diabetes, but she's halfway around the country. She's all the way in Los Angeles, and I'm here outside of Chicago. Some of the things that I've been going through have absolutely transformed the way I look at life. Sometimes I really do get sad. It seems like I only get sad when I'm by myself. It seems like I have nobody else to talk to. And I've been marketing online since 2011. If it's one thing that I know that there's somebody else in the world that's going through exactly what I'm going through. I know that there's somebody with some type of uncurable disease that well, I know that there's somebody that's in the position that I'm in, where you feel like your back is against the wall and you feel like there's no other options for you, and you feel like this is just the end of the road for you. My friend, I want to let you know that this is not the end of the road for you or for me, and we're going to fight and we're going to overcome whatever our adversities try to put us down. We're going to break that bondage that has been placed upon us to try to diminish us and try to deteriorate us from reaching our goals. And that's something else that I really want to ask you to commit to with me today. I want you to commit to setting a goal. I want you to commit to setting a goal to changing your life and not letting this be something that breaks you down. All right. Now, I want to show you something and I want to share something with you that can absolutely give you that vehicle that you may be missing to express what you're going through in your life. All right. And that's called the Empower Network, where you get the chance to get paid for blogging about your passion. All right. Let me take it to my screen for a second to show you some of the income that I've been able to make with this program. Now, I do want to say that my results are not typical. I do not do things that are average, and you shouldn't either if you do not want to live an average life. Now, this is my Empower Network account. As you can see, my best month is $115, and I made a total of $344. That's gross. My net is about $315. All right, I've got about 339 leads. Now, a lead is simply a person that may or may not be interested in what you have to offer. All right. And I have a total direct team of 3 people. Now, I've sponsored more than 3 people, but my direct team is only at about 3 as of right now. And as you can see, I'm making an average of about $100 a person. So if you're interested, all right, not only if you're interested, if you're committed to working with me and sharing this journey with me, and not only taking advice from me, but giving me advice as well, because I'm not always the smartest person when I'm dealing with these symptoms. Sometimes I get depressed, sometimes I get stressed out, and I'm really just looking to build a group of people that are looking for a way to earn more income from home, and you're dealing with these symptoms, because there's a lot of people in the world that want to hear your story. There's people in the world that want to know, what works for you. What doesn't work for you. What have you been told from the doctors? What experiences have you gone through? Have you lost a job? Have you have has this disabled you? I want to know what this is doing for you in your life, and I'm more than willing to share what's going on in my life with you. So without further ado, just go ahead and do yourself a favor. Get started. It's $25 to get started. Start blogging about what you're going through, not only diabetes. Maybe you want to blog about how you're building water wells in third world countries, or maybe you want to blog about how you're donating to homeless shelters, or maybe you want to blog about how you're helping elderly people with the things that they can't do for themselves. However you're giving back to the community, I want you to click that link below and keep that in mind, because that's what's going to make the difference when it comes to earning an income from home marketing in an online business industry. So thanks again. My name is Wendell Freeman, and I'll see you on the next video.